All right, guys, now that we have a better understanding of the terminologies that you're going to hear during these next section of techniques, let's get into a couple of the attacks that we're going to work on. The first one that we're going to go through is called a cross collar choke. It's a basic submission that you'll see people at all levels do from full guard. So I'm going to start with Alec in my guard. Now, the first thing that I want to do is I want to pick a side that I want to attack. Generally, my first grip that I like to establish is going to be a same side grip, thumb entry onto the lapel. When I do this, I'm also going to do a slight opening of the lapel when I'm trying to establish my grip. One is we're going to get into opening up and exposing more of the target later. The other is if I just grab with the lapel pointed in, Alec tries to break my grip, well, it comes off much easier than if my fingers are rolled underneath. Go ahead and break now. Good. So that's going to be the first part. Now I'm going to pull in order to break Alec's posture down and bring that target closer towards me. In this case, my arm probably won't be enough. So I'm going to do a reverse crunch as I do it. So my legs and my arm are going to be working together in order to bring Alec's posture down, like so. Once it's brought down towards me, my hand on the opposite side is going to go almost like a handshake. Fingers are going to enter and I'm going to slide in. Now, when I do this, I'm not grabbing right away. I'm just inserting my hand. The reason why is because I'm probably going to want to get deeper than I am. The way that I do that is I open up a little more, and what that does is it brings the lapel away from Alec's neck, exposing more of the target. Once I have that space, my hand slides up, and I'm looking to straighten. Back of my hand is wrapping just right around his hairline. I even want the back of my hand touching his spine if I can. Once I feel like I'm deep enough, now I'm establishing my grip. When I establish my grip, now I want to bring the other side of Alec's neck towards me. So the knee on that side, opposite the side that I initially attacked, is going to do a diagonal crunch coming from my knee towards the opposite shoulder. I'll still maintain my secondary grip as I do this, but I want to bring him across when I'm going for it. Now I've got this side of his body nice and exposed for me. A lot of times you'll see that wrinkles form on top of the gi, like right by the shoulder. That's normally my reference point for my grip. So I'm going to roll my fingers over, and now my elbow wants to drop down towards my hip to get underneath his chin. I don't try to finish right now. That's not doing anything. You can see how much of his neck is exposed. So my elbow drops down towards my hip. I'm going to do a row motion. Avoid the temptation to rip your elbows outward. That's going to actually relieve some of the pressure and add a little bit of space. Instead, pull your elbows towards your hip like you're doing a row and execute the submission. We'll show from another angle. So as we're going for this cross collar choke, I'm going to attack on the same side as I did before. Establishing my grip onto the lapel, my guard is going to pull towards me, and as I do that, I'm going to slightly open and look to insert my hand, like so, bringing him towards me. Now the target's nice and close. I'm going to insert my hand, but not getting my grip yet, keeping my arm open. I'm going to not try to establish this grip until it's behind the back of his neck. A lot of times guys here will start posturing back up, and as he does, I'm going to pull again and keep on trying to inch a little bit farther and farther up until I feel like I'm at a good point. You can see the contact point between my watch and Alec's neck right now. It's nice and deep. So we're going to do our diagonal crunch. From the opposite side is going to pull across my body, and now the target that I want to establish my secondary grip is right here. I find that wrinkle onto the shoulder. My elbow needs to drop towards my hip to get underneath of his chin. And now I'm going to square myself back up and do a row motion, bringing my elbows down towards my hips. That's the cross collar choke from full guard.